Hi there, my name is Renee. I'm from Michigan. I just want to go over today how I decided to choose to leave my W 2 job. I was a teacher and I worked at the same school in the same grade for 14 years. Yes, I could have switched grades and tried new subjects. I had kind of already done the subject thing, a few different ones. Didn't really help with how I felt, and then I really didn't want to go down in grades. I just felt like that would make everything worse. I did like eighth grade. I love the kids. There were, of course, are always issues with individuals, but as a whole, I did like hanging out with the kids, and they keep you young. Um, so, why I left my W 2? After 14 years, I decided this last August to resign. And technically, that's 20 years in that I had with the years that I bought through the state. The biggest one was just the stress load every day. I know we only teach technically 5 hours. We're in front of kids, but that sixth hour, I was running like a chicken with my head cut off, trying to get everything done, planning for the day, correcting papers, contacting parents, contacting kids, the million and one things that teachers have to do. It was just so stressful day after day of that. Another reason is a big one is for several years, probably honestly 5, 6 years before I resigned, I felt very bored and uninspired. That's partly my fault. I tried to introduce new activities, tried to change it up, but we have a set curriculum that we use every year. And that was hard just teaching the same thing over and over, not only 4 or 5 times a day over and over, but also year after year after year and doing the same activities. So I did add in things. I did as much as I could to modify, but it was just killing me. It was like crushing my soul. I felt like every day I went in there. Another reason I ended up leaving is because I had a commute. I had quite a big commute. That last year I was there, we had a lot of construction, and it took, instead of 35 minutes to get to school, it took an hour a lot of times. And it was just terrible. It was so stressful. Of course, now the construction's done, but for that year, it just burned me out. It was too much. Another reason I ended up leaving was the years of trying to be a better teacher. Okay, that sounds like, well, duh, everyone should do that, but you try and try and try, and it doesn't feel like you're getting anywhere. It feels like your wheels are spinning. The disrespect doesn't really stop. Sometimes parent complaints don't really stop, and it just became like a hamster in a wheel. You know, you're just doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results, and it was just frustrating to kind of live the same day and year over and over, like Groundhog's Day. So that got to me. Another reason is I now get to make my own schedule. So I work from home. I'm a real estate agent. I am an investor too. I love learning about the topics that interest me during the day as I do my work. I listen to a lot of videos and books. So that's a big one. I get to, if I have an appointment, I can leave work. I don't have to like get permission and take the time off in the system and all that. So I really can modify my schedule to work at any time of the day, which is cool. Also, the flexibility of just being able to be home or go into the office or go do my showings or inspections or whatever there is. That flexibility is almost priceless. I know for anyone who has to go in for 8 to 10 hours a day, not having that is rough. So you can't just do what you want when you need to do it. It's very constricting. So another one is I felt for a long time that I was meant to do something bigger. Granted, teaching is a big job. It's very important to do, and we need millions of great teachers across the country. That's the only way the kids will get better overall. Can be teaching at home, it can be teaching in a public setting, it doesn't matter, but teachers are vital to the progression of our country and our children. So I just felt like I had a better or bigger purpose somewhere else. I've always liked real estate, so that's why I went that route. But I've looked into so many things. I've read about them. I've looked at people's experiences and kind of the pros and cons of them. I made countless lists over the years. So just feeling like there's something else before you die that you're meant to do, that you got to start following that, or else you're going to regret it. And last reason, I did lose a little enthusiasm for the public school setting. I felt like we weren't doing a lot of our kids justice. There's some really smart kids there, and we're just, sitting in a chair for 6 hours a day. is not fair to them. Some can do it and some do it really well and get good grades, and some are just not built for that. And so we, medicate them. We chastise them for getting up or wiggling around, having to get out of their seat a lot. It's just not the ideal setting. I feel like there's such a better way to educate kids at this point. We should know better. And it's so hard to change a big public school system. So hopefully one day we can get to that point where there is a lot of change happening based on scientific data and studies and how kids learn best. But for now, I couldn't support it. I couldn't be part of it. And, it was just rough on the kids, and it's rough on teachers too, because we're kind of fighting natural circumstances with how kids work best. So, and those are the big reasons why. It wasn't really money related, because I actually made a pretty good income. I have 2 master's degrees. But those other reasons were what really made me finally reconsider leaving and take the leap. It was scary. It was terrifying. The minute I did it, I was hyperventilating a little bit, but I'm very happy I did it. I know this is, even though it's not easy at all to be more of an entrepreneur, I knew this was the way I had to go and try. If I didn't try, I'd regret it, and I can't live with that kind of regret. It was too big of a decision. So that's all. If you have any questions, I'll leave them in the comments below, or you could email me, reneebacon@kw.com. And that's all. I hope you guys have a good day. Good luck with your life choices, and I hope you go far. All right, bye.